YouTube? It's your boy JB, Mr. Major Man, Mr. 504, Jeezy from the Big Easy Hitter. Welcome y'all back to the showroom. And today I got a review for y'all. But before I get into it, I'd like to deeply appreciate y'all for tuning in. And if you haven't already, check out my last couple videos. Check out my the Raw Tool review, and also check out the last video which I did test the product on the GOAT sneaker care products. And if you want to, you can use my promo code, which is sneakersocial367, and get 15% off your next order. And I'll leave a link in the purchase for the purchase below, and you can get this premium sneaker kit, which it does work on. So definitely give this product a try and let them know that Jeezy sent you. And let's go ahead and get into the shoe. As we got right here, as you can see, we have a Jordan 5, 6, 7, used to be box. And let's go ahead and get into it. Let's see what it says. It says Air Jordan 5 Retro, size 10.5. Style code is DA1911. Color code is 102. And retail on it was $200. As y'all can see, the placement of this is different because it usually goes right there, but it's near here nor there. It still has the other tagging right here like it usually does. And as y'all can see, this box is heavily beat up. Thank you, Foot Locker, for that. And let's go ahead and get into the shoe. Not much to open up. As y'all can see, it is the long overdue Air Jordan 5 Retro. Now, before I get into the shoe, I like to get into the differences with the box. As y'all can see, the box has Nike Air on there on both sides, as opposed to the other Retro 5s, which had the Jumpman Air on each side. That's the only major differences on there. And as y'all can see, like I said, the placement of the sticker is right here. They've been moving it to up there just like they did on the, I believe it was the 60, no, the 3, they actually moved the sticker on there as well. But other than that, no real major differences on the bottom of the boxes. Same cement print. So, nothing major right there. And let's go ahead and get into the shoe. As y'all can see, bam, the Air Jordan 5 Fire Red, Silver Tongue. I just call it like home. I hate really calling it the Fire Red because the Fire Red 5 to me is always the black tongue version. This just has hints of Fire Red, not predominantly Fire Red. Like, I don't know, maybe it's just me. But as y'all can see, clearly the new rendition of this shoe. And let me just go ahead and take this out right here. Nice shoe in my opinion. Now, let me just go over a little brief history of the shoe. The shoe originally released in 1990. This was worn by Michael Jordan. And this is the 5th silhouette for him. And also, this is the 3rd silhouette for Tinker Hatfield, which he designed. He actually took cues from the Air Jordan 4, which was the netting side. He just did a few more changes. He eliminated the wings that was previous on the last Jordan model, but we got more breathability on the tongue area and also on the side ventilation. And also, this was the first shoe to use a translucent outsole, which was adopted from the Air Mag from back in the future. And also, it had featured the first feature of 3M, which is usually on runners. This was a feature that was usually on running shoes, but they finally put it on a basketball shoe, as you can see right there. And not only that, this took inspiration from the World War II fighter jet, which is hence why we got the shark teeth right here. But overall, this shoe has a lot of significant moments, such as the 69-point game, which he had against Cleveland. And not only did he have a 69-point game, to me, which was the only, like, there's no real significance of that game with this shoe per se, because like at the end of the day, like the only thing that was correlating with that date was the original release date for this shoe. It didn't release, it got pushed back. And not only that, I call, like, for me, the most significant thing for this shoe right here was the Valentine's Day game where Jordan had to wear the number 12 jersey because somebody had stole his Chicago Bulls jersey. And I think the misconception a lot of people have is the 23 that was stitched on his PE pair, because Jordan had the black tongue fire red with the 23, and he also had a silver tongue with a 23. He didn't wear this during that Cleveland game. He actually wore this version right here. And also, I do have a picture of that right here in this book right here, and this also is on the cover. If y'all can pay attention right there, you can clearly see he's wearing the silver tongue fire reds with the 23. But that is what it is. It was a PD. It came out in the countdown pack. It came in a countdown pack with the 23, but it had a Jumpman on the back. So that's the only real major differences, or the closest that we actually got to that PE. But I know y'all tired of me talking about it. Let's just go ahead and get into the shoe. As y'all can see, we have a clear icy blue translucent bottom. We have a black Jumpman, a red Jumpman right here. We have the Nike Air present on the bottom, which on the newer retros would be a 23, but we got the Nike Air back on that. We have a black midsole, which is I can't say if it's Phylon or not, but it's not as firm as the 2013 pair is. And as y'all can see, we have a milky air unit on the inside of the shoe. We also have that hint of fire red right here going on there for the shark's teeth. We have a completely white upper, and we have, let me unbuckle this a little bit. I know somebody's gonna ask me that. Somebody's definitely gonna ask me about how's the leather quality. I'm not really concerned about the leather quality. It's soft. It's way better than the 2013 pair, which was stiff as a cardboard. But as y'all can see right there, it does have that web effect. I think the biggest thing that people are getting at is how wide the toe area is compared to previous models, which this is how the OG was. It wasn't as, like, this lip wasn't as far up on the OGs as it was on the retros. But as you can see, they did push it back down. And also it came with white shoelaces, and we have this translucent netting on there, which is also over time will eventually yellow. There's just no way around that, but that's there for the breathability. Also, we have these humps on here, which are less dramatic than previous models as well, which the shoe is supposed to be sleeker than, it's supposed to be a sleek shoe. It's not supposed to be bulky for the most part, but over the years this has protruded a whole lot. And as you can see, we have a red Nike Air in that fire red. We have a clear lace lock with a red inner lace lock on there. Also, we have the red Jumpman, and also we have the 3M tongue. And on the inside, we have Air Jordan roll upside down. And on the inside of the shoe, we have Nike Air in white with a black insole, and we have a red, fire red sock liner. Not much to really go over. If you've seen one review, you've probably seen them all. But I will say this about the shoe, excuse me, it does look way bigger than what it should. I purposely ordered a 10.5 because every Air Jordan 5 that I've had previously has fit me big. So I usually could go a size 11 on most models. I had to go down to a 10.5, and I just want to bring out this satin, because this was like the last retro 5 in this format. So if you could take a look at that, look at the difference between the toe caps. Hell, you can even see a little bit of the difference in the size of this. You can see right there. It's just some little key differences on this shoe. As y'all can see, that toe cap, look how far, look how long this is compared to this one right here. You can even see the spacing right here on the side as it's smaller by comparison on this. Also the netting a little bit. You can also see that the netting is a little bit slimmer here, but it's wider here. Just a few little key differences you probably can make out right here. And like I said, the back part is not protruding like drastic. Like this one is protruding a little bit more. This one right here is like it's in a little bit. I actually like this better than what I like this one. The 3M on the tongue, now that's not really different. That's not different by comparison. Like the other models, they actually look similar. Similar by design, I'm saying. As y'all can see there, y'all can see this. And one thing I did notice about that little tab right here, it is present right here just as it is right here. Some people said it was plastic on older models. I don't remember that. But as y'all can see, that is present right there. This is right here. And I want to also compare this to my white cement. Hold on. Now comparing the leather quality on there, I would say it's pretty much similar to the 2016. Make sure it is what it was. Yeah, 2016 white cements. Y'all can take a look at that. The leather is exactly the same leather. It's the same damn leather. And as y'all can see on here, it's starting to have a little bit of that yellow come on there. I have worn these. This is a size 11. This is a 10.5. And you could clearly see like the sizing. This is size like 11. So if I would have got my true size, this would have fit me extra big, and I have a narrow foot. But yeah, for the most part, like I said, like quality wise, it's the same damn thing as this was. So there are no major differences between that. And if anything, I think this 4 was actually the best OG version of retro to release, like other than the maroon 6s and things like that. But hell, even these. But yeah, for the most part, the fire red 5s were definitely a must cop for most people. I know some people hate 5s, and I'm one of those ones. 5s are not my all-time favorite model. I will probably place them like the bottom half. But for the most part, it still is a dope shoe to have in the collection. Like if you don't have the black metallics, these are definitely a go get. Can't go wrong with an OG colorway. And I'm definitely in the mood for those fire red 4s to release later this year, and also the Carmine 6s next year. But let me know in the comment section below how y'all feel about these. And like I said before, they're worth the cop. I'm just being real. They're worth the cop. But deeply appreciate y'all as always. And as always, I would give y'all that on foot. And as always, stay true, stay fly, stay blessed. And I am JC Baby, and we are in the showroom, and we are out. You dig?